What's up, y'all? So in today's video, we're going to be talking about two things. We're going to be talking about the Selena Perez case. Also, we're going to be talking about the T.I. controversy. Now, if y'all aren't familiar with who Selena is, insert picture here. She was a Tejano singer who had sung back in the day from the time she was little in the 70s to the 80s and until the 90s, up until her untimely death in 1995 by her fan club president, Yolanda Saldivar. Insert picture here. Selena, she did not meet Yolanda first. Yolanda had actually approached Selena's father slash manager, Abraham Quintanilla Jr. II, insert picture here. She had approached him at a Selena concert in San Antonio, Texas, about the idea about starting a fan club. Now, the purpose of the fan club was to were for fans to send in their money to get Selena merch, like hats, hoodies, all that stuff, in which they never got due to Yolanda Saldivar embezzling, meaning steal, money from the fan club. Now, Abraham Quintanilla, he had accepted the idea about Yolanda wanting to start the fan club. Now, I just want to throw this in there. When it comes to that green thing called money, you best make sure that you're getting the right person for the job, because I don't know if they did their research. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't know, I wasn't there, but I'm just saying, if they would have done their research, they would have found out that this lady, she was a nurse, which if you're a nurse, I'm not bashing you, make your money do you, but this lady was a nurse. She had no money management skills slash managerial experiences whatsoever. Like, why would you pretty much trust some rookie with your daughter slash sister's money? Like, I don't get that. And yeah, that's just about it. And like I had said, fans were calling in. I'm pretty sure they were angry, saying they never got this, they never got that. They sent in their money and they haven't got anything. And lo and behold, they had found out, like I said, that Yolanda, she was embezzling money from the fan club. And they all had a conference. I'm pretty sure Selena was there. They all had a conference with Yolanda and stuff. And they eventually had fired her. And I remember, if I can remember correctly, Yolanda, she still had held on to documents from the fan club. And I remember with Chris Perez, her husband Chris Perez, insert picture here, Selena's husband Chris Perez, he had wrote a book, which I have in my room right now. It's called To Selena with Love, insert picture here. He had explained in that book, and also an interview that I had watched, that Selena had actually went to Yolanda's place twice. The first time, I think it was at night, because Yolanda still had held on to important documents from the fan club. And she had actually went over to Yolanda's place twice. She had went over there the first time with Chris in his truck, and she had went into the Days Inn motel where Yolanda was staying, and she had went in there, and he had said it had took a long time, but she had eventually had came out, and she had some papers in her hand, and she had went over in his truck, and she realized that everything wasn't there, and she still had some more important documents, and I'm guessing they didn't feel like going back in there, and they had left that night. Now, if it were me, not trying to bash Selena or whatever, but if it were me, I probably wouldn't have got everything in that one night. Like, no one knows when they're going to die. Like, if you die, you die. It just happens. But if it were me, I wouldn't have gotten everything in that one night. Like, I would not have went back and just got everything else the next day. Like, I probably wouldn't have gotten everything in that one night if that were me. But hey, like, that's just something that happened. So, Selena had went back the next day, and in his book, Chris had said that she had left that morning, which was the next morning. She had left that next morning and stuff like that. He had said he didn't bother to ask where she was going and stuff like that. Like, she just had walked out the door and stuff like that. So, Selena had went back to Yolanda's place. She was alone this time. She was alone this time. And she had went to Yolanda's place and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure like they were arguing back and forth and stuff like that, and then like she had demanded for the documents and stuff in which Yolanda had gave them to her and stuff like that, and something had transpired. I'm pretty sure they were arguing back and forth and stuff like that. And then the next thing you know, Yolanda had pulled out a gun, and I'm pretty sure Selena, she turned her back to run out, and then pow, Yolanda, she had shot her in the back and stuff like that. And Selena, she had ran out, and she ran as fast as she could to the main desk and stuff like that to get help. They had said she had dropped her purse, had dropped her briefcase and stuff like that. She had ran as fast as she could to the clerk desk and stuff like that, in which before she had died, she had identified Yolanda Saldivar as her killer and stuff like that, and she was rushed to the hospital, in which she had died from loss of blood. Now, I just want to say that this is just what I think happened. Because like I had said, I wasn't there. Selena, I was born in 1996. So Selena had died a year before I was born. So I just want to say that this is how I think happened. This is what I think happened. Maybe, just maybe, they were arguing back and forth, and maybe Selena was like, Yolanda, I can't take this anymore. You're fired. This and that, this and that. And probably was arguing Yolanda down and stuff like that. And Yolanda had got mad, and she had pulled out the gun and she shot her. Like, that's how I think happened. And this is what I think too. I really don't think that Yolanda didn't have like a little lesbian thing for Selena. I think it was the fact that Yolanda loved the money and the power that she had, that Selena had given her working for her as her fan club president. Like, she loved the money, she loved the power, the importance that Selena had allowed her to have. And the fact that it was being taken away from her, like it got to her. And I'm pretty sure like she was like, and I'm pretty sure it was run through her mind like, hey, you gonna take all this from me, I'm gonna take it all from you. So she shot her. Or maybe it was a revenge tactic to get back at the Quintanilla family, because after all, Selena on her own did not fire Yolanda. It was Abraham Quintanilla and the rest of her family that had fired Yolanda. More specifically, Abraham Quintanilla that had fired her. And I'm pretty sure it was a revenge tactic to get back to them. Maybe, just maybe, this is just my opinion, it was a revenge tactic to get back at them. And I'm pretty sure, like, maybe it probably ran through her mind, like, hey, if y'all gonna take something away from me, I'm gonna take something away from y'all. So she killed Selena that way. Like, maybe, just maybe, that's just my opinion. Now, let's get into the conspiracy theory that I had saw on YouTube, which I'm gonna link down below. I forgot the girl's name, but a long while back she had put up a conspiracy theory video talking about Selena. And her theory is that Selena's father, Abraham Quintanilla, had paid Yolanda to kill Selena. Now, I just honestly have to say, like, that just don't sound right. Like, he really don't seem like the type that'll just want to have one of his children dead just because. Now, before she was killed, Selena was in the process of crossing over, meaning she was in the process of crossing over from the Spanish market to the English market, in which possibly she was going to be introduced to a whole entire new setting, like as far as management, as far as probably a new band, career wise, to where she may not need her family anymore. And her theory is that Abraham didn't want to let his daughter go, and he paid Yolanda to kill Selena, which, that's plausible, but at the same time, no, like, that really don't seem like something Abraham Quintanilla would do. I admit, like, from what I read about him in the Chris Perez book, like, he seemed like just a typical father that was just overly protective of his children, called all the shots in the family and stuff like that. Basically the man at the house, and just really didn't wanted to let his daughter, more specifically his younger daughter, go. And like, I remember Chris had said something in the book about how ever since Selena was little, she's always wanted to start a boutique business, in which Abraham had shot that idea down, in which Selena had eventually had started the boutique business anyways and stuff like that. And Um, what else? What else? What else? What else? And and he really didn't approve of her marrying her husband Chris Perez. Insert picture here. He did not approve of her wanting to marry Chris because, you know, Chris kind of like had the little bad boy image, and he really didn't want her to marry Chris, which eventually had led them to elope. And he wasn't really happy about that, but he eventually had came around, and him and Chris became the best of friends and stuff like that. But yeah, like he seemed like he was just a typical father and stuff like that. But as far as him wanting his child dead, like I really don't think that's it. I think, like I had said, Yolanda just liked the power and the control that Selena had allowed her to have. And the fact that it was being taken away from her, she couldn't cope with that. So she had a mentality, I'm pretty sure, like, hey, if you're going to take this away from me, I'm going to take it all from you. So she killed Selena that way. So, yeah, that's just about it about that. For the Quintanilla family, if you're watching this, RIP to Selena. I miss her so much, even though she died a year before I was born. I love her music. Jennifer Lopez, shout out to you. You did an amazing job in that movie. Like, I love Selena, and I will forever cherish her music. Now, on to the T.I. controversy. Now, T.I. I'm not going to insert a picture because, duh, y'all should know who T.I. is. But T.I., whose real name is Clifford Harris, he kind of stirred up a controversy on this podcast where he had talked about his daughter, how how he takes weekly visits to the gynecologist to check her hymen. Now, if y'all are not familiar with what a hymen is, I'm going to insert the definition somewhere up here, and I'm fixing to read it on my tablet. It says, hymen is a membrane which partially closes the opening of the vagina and whose presence is traditionally taken to be a mark of virginity. And he had said that he sometimes takes his daughter, well, he takes weekly visits to the gynecologist to check her hymen to see if she's still a virgin. Now, I just want to say, first of all, dude, why in the hell would you just put your daughter's business out there like that? What happens in your home stays in your home. Those women, let alone the whole damn world, don't deserve to know what goes on in your household. Like, if you do that, like, let that stay between y'all. Like, don't put it out there for the whole damn world to hear. And plus, if your daughter is having sex, why the hell would she tell you? Like, I'm having sex. Like, do you think I'm gonna just come in this house and tell my parents, like, hey mama, hey daddy, I'm having sex? Like, no, that's none of their business. And plus, just because, even though I'm not a licensed OBGYN, even though I'm not a licensed like um health person, well, I am a licensed health person, I'm a licensed CNA, but even though I'm not a licensed OBGYN person, like, I just want to say there are different ways the hymen can be broken. Like T.I. even had said, there are different ways the hymen can be broken, like through horseback riding, through all kinds of other sports and stuff like that. Like, just because a person's hymen is intact does not necessarily mean that they're not having sex. And like I said, even though the daughter is having sex, which I highly doubt, maybe she probably is, if she is having sex, why the hell would she tell you? Like, that's just what I want to say about that. So, yeah, that's just everything about everything. Like always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to link all my social media accounts in the description box down below. So feel free to add and follow me on those. Also, don't forget to turn that notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload a video. Peace.